What is up, Copper fam, and anyone else who is watching? You are here on Copper 90, and we are here today for the transfer special live for an hour. It is deadline day, and obviously I'm next to my very good friend.
What are you saying, bro? Hey! Welcome to Deadline Day Special at Copper 90, brought to you by Timsy, and I'm a guest for once.
Yeah, and there's no yellow ties. We don't have yellow ties.
No, I do miss
no
the
yellow bars, nothing like that.
And all that other stuff.
But yeah, this is us just talking about the transfers that are happening, the rumours, and obviously your comments that you are leaving. So, no better way to just dive straight into it.
Let's dive straight into it.
You are a Liverpool fan.
Yes.
And one of the biggest transfers that has happened is, of course, Oxlade-Chamberlain.
The
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I'm actually quite happy with Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think 40 million is way too excessive. But I'm happy with that. I'll take him. I think he has talent. The boy has always had power. He can run forward. And we seem to be a team of pace. You just put a man to run, and we like fast players. And I think he'll do well. It's just the injury thing is an issue. Yeah. But for me, I'm happy. Hopefully we manage to get Lamar. Hopefully we manage to get Van Dijk. Defending for us is more important, I'd say.
That's what I was going to ask. Is that like not really the priority? Really?
What's that?
Because
no,
you've got
it isn't the priority. But I think he's just getting a depth player. So he's going to get Oxlade as a depth player.
Yeah.
Lamar as well. You know, Champions League. We're going to be battling on quite a few fronts. Like it's World War I. Do you know what I mean? So there's a few fronts to be on.
Exactly.
And then with the defence, we do need a good player. I think Van Dijk would be great to sign. We've got only a few hours left if that does happen. Yeah. If both of those happen though, Lamar, Chamberlain and Lamar and Van Dijk, I think Coutinho's on the way out. Yeah. I do think that's why we'd be willing to pay 90 on Lamar, which he is not worth. That's crazy. Van Dijk for 70, 80, that's crazy as well. So for me as a Liverpool fan, I am quite happy. But I think someone who also has a good opinion on these things is Poet.
Van Dijk, Poet.
Poet is here, eating, I believe, an ice cream. Bye, Copper fam. See you tomorrow, Friday, for the transfer window close.
There we go. That is Vuj, and this is Poet.
No, it's your opinion now.
So, let's talk about Arsenal.
Oh,
I know we hate this. Nice hair, by the way.
Bless you.
So, we have a comment here from Lewis Caligari. Hello, thank you for leaving your comment. He said, Sanchez to Man City and Lamar to Arsenal. Poet, thoughts?
It's a joke that's not funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a joke that's not funny. You don't need to say it.
No, but this is what happens when you support a company rather than a club. A club is in the best interest of the fans. The club is there to win trophies and to become successful. A company's there for profit. Profit like Mohammed, fantastic individual. I just personally feel that anything that happens today is just a waste of time. Yeah. If you was going to sell Sanchez, why not sell him in July and then bring Lamar in July? Why have you waited to the final day? And it's repetitive. This is Groundhog Day for Arsenal. Mustafi last season was a situation in which we could have got him for 10 million cheaper. We ended up waiting to the final day and paying more for him. And we just keep repeating the same mistakes.
This is the thing. So we've done this quite a lot now, where it seems like we wait and then we panic buy. But the thing is, so the rumour is that Lamar, so we bid 92 mil for him,
which is
and
smart.
then in the last 20 minutes, it came out that he prefers Liverpool. Plus, we withdrew our bid because we realised we couldn't do it in time, and that means now we are going to keep Sanchez. That's literally in the space of we bid double our transfer record an hour ago, and then 30 minutes ago we withdrew it because we pooed our pants.
Me?
Are you even surprised?
No, not at all. When you employ a contractor from Sky, I also have a contract in Sky, really good. You employ a contractor from Sky who manages to get Jack Wilshere, Chamberlain, Özil and Sanchez in the final year of their contract without signing one. Yeah. That just epitomises the business at Arsenal. It's an absolute joke. Vince McMahon has come out and said that Stan Kroenke's not a good businessman.
I saw that.
And I just think
Twitter's been mad today.
It has been mad, and I just think Arsenal fans, if you are watching right now, which I hope you are, in order for us to prosper, in order for us to make an impact as Arsenal fans and really have a say, we need to stop supporting the company and start supporting our club. And the beauty about this is football's a surrogate religion. You don't have to go to church to say you're a Christian. You can just praise the Lord at home. I feel like sit in your house, man. Watch it on Sky Sports. Find a stream or something. Go to the pub. Do not pay money to go to the Emirates to buy hot dogs and burgers and juices and the kit. You're basically catering to the company. And we're not a company. We're a club. We've been a company for a little while, and it's just a bit upsetting. Yeah. I just don't feel like this transfer information is relevant. We're not signing anyone.
So it's obvious from Poet and myself as well that we're not happy with Arsenal's transfer activity, and also that is sort of indicative of that. It's sort of a product of how the state the club is in right now. It's just that's what happens if your club is in that state. Of course, you're going to have a pretty rubbish transfer window. So, but we do have another comment. Thank you for leaving the comments from Doomsday Fish.
That's really nice.
Which is nice. Which signing do you think is going to have the biggest impact on their new team? Can I go with this one?
Everyone.
First, I'm going to go with for the Premier League. I could say like Renato Sanchez to Swansea. Renato Sanchez to Swansea. Swansea is an unreal transfer.
It is, but it's still a young kid. To put so much expectation on a Portuguese boy that moves to Wales, and to have an impact in a team that is not really that good. I don't know. He could, but I'm not entirely convinced. I think
Lukaku.
I think seriously one of the most dangerous signings, I'm honest with you, it is Lukaku, for the simple fact that he's not a player that I would have wanted to come to Arsenal at one point. But now when I look at the situation, I'm like, wow, this boy has gelled so well. He's friends with the United team. He adds more pace, more power to the dynamic. It's just a very, very strong outfit. And then you take a look at Zlatan coming in January. Yeah, Man United are just going to kill everyone.
But I just remembered now, thinking about, I was wrapped up in the deadline day madness that I was thinking Renato Sanchez. Of course it's not Renato Sanchez. In terms of the player who I think will affect their team the most, it's probably Matic.
Not entirely.
Because I think the way Matic allows, it just gives it. Last year, I just don't think they were solid enough. But with Matic there, I think he gives them the. I think Lukaku's a better player, and I think he'll score goals. But I just think what he allows the team, that freedom. He's just sure that because they didn't have anyone like that last year.
But he hasn't been good for 3-4 years.
But he can be that good, and I think with Man United, he's in that structure which allows him. I think he'll be able to.
That's like saying Torres can be that good. And I think when a player hasn't played for 2-3 years, I just think they're coming to the end of their situation, and I just don't have any belief in Matic. But I believe you've seen something that you really like.
We have. So back to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Ziad El Adi, thanks for the comment. He said, "Poet," all in caps. Poet, would you rather have Lamar or Draxler?
I don't even care. I'd
Theoretically, if it was if we were in a good moment,
I feel like
Arsene then.
Which is amazing, but I feel like we should start being realistic with everything to do with Arsenal right now.
Oh no, we're not going to get them.
No,
I don't think we're going to sign them.
I understand. I mean, shout out for the comment. Thank you, my brother. But I feel like our energy should be channeled into basically just boycotting the company.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. Anyone we sign will not make a difference. Will not make a difference. I spoke to Alex Iwobi today, mate.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
What was he saying?
The man them just want to leave. He said. The man them just want. But Arsenal are an absolute joke of a football club. Koscielny and Ramsey had a fight at half time against Liverpool, so Ramsey got subbed off. Like Koscielny's angry with Sanchez because he keeps coming in late to training, but yet he still starts for Arsenal. Like
he might be.
I'll be honest with you, I would sell Sanchez. That would be the best bit of business we can do. Sanchez right now doesn't want to be at the club. He wants to be somewhere else. I understand we'll be strengthening our rivals, but to be honest, is that our rival? I look at our rival as West Brom. We strengthened our rival.
Yeah. I agree. I think we should also sell Sanchez.
We should sell Sanchez. It's not working. Sanchez and Chamberlain had an argument because Sanchez told Steve Bold, "You're not good enough to coach me." Like, Arsenal are just a comedy of errors. And if anyone believes that any club in the Premier League, they don't have fights, there's fights all the time. The treble winning side of Man United, Andy Cole and Teddy Sheringham didn't speak, but they're professionals. Our club are not full of professionals. It's just a bag of spoiled little brats making a hell of a lot of money, and it's just nonsense, man.
Yeah, it does need to. Of course, things do need to change. There's a lot wrong at the club at the moment, and the transfer deadline day, it's very, very clear to see that it's just not all is right there. But personally, I would, if I had to choose with Draxler or Lamar, I'd probably choose Draxler. I think he's I think so, because even though he's not as possibly like world-beating as everyone kind of touted him when he was younger, I still think he's proven he's a very talented player, and you probably get him for cheaper than 92 million. 92 million for Lamar's loads.
I know PSG got something. Di Maria, there's Lucas Moura. There's so many players that are going. Even the boy that the DM that West Brom just got. I mean, that's a fantastic signing. The boy that used to play for Sevilla. That's just a fantastic signing. But like I said, Arsenal are a joke.
They are a joke, and I think that is pretty much it for Arsenal. Poet's made it very clear. It's been pretty shambolic, but don't forget, keep leaving your comments. We want to know what you think about Arsenal, their transfer activity, and also any transfers and rumours that you like and that pop up, because we want to know. But that is it for Poet. Thank you very much.
Remember, boycott the company. Don't buy no merch and don't go to any games. You're only catering to Stan Kroenke. Don't give him what he wants. He's just a man with money.
I like So, now it is time to introduce Kelly. Hello, how are you doing?
Hi, good to see you.
Good? Nice to see you again.
Oh, this is a bouncy chair.
It is.
That was
You need to
that
get into
one,
like a really comfortable position first of all to like, get comfortable. Right, so we just spoke to Poet about Arsenal and it was a bit...
I heard that at the end.
It was emotional. It was emotional because it's been quite a frantic day on the transfer front. But what are you thinking from your point of view? What's going on?
I'm glad I'm not an Arsenal fan right now.
Yeah.
I really feel for you, Arsenal fans that are watching. I can't quite believe what is happening there. It sounds like Lamar isn't going to happen. But then what I don't get in all this is then what happens to Sanchez? Do they keep Sanchez and he doesn't play?
Yeah, that's what I heard. The latest rumour. This is the thing. It's all rumour, but the rumour was that Arsenal fans, sorry, that Arsenal offered to get like 92 million to get Lamar, and then he said apparently he's more interested in joining Liverpool, which apparently everyone is nowadays. And then
it's a soft spot, that
I know. It's sorry, we'll get onto that. And then we took our bid away because I don't think we wanted to pay that much.
How do you feel about Ox?
That's the big one for me. So that's sort of a nice segue away from a painful error into another painful error. Ox. This is the thing, like Oxlade. So he's been at Arsenal now for 7 years, and he's always shown so much potential. You can tell there's a good player in there, but then he's never been able to string like 2 or 3 really good performances like in a row and keep that going, like keep that momentum.
Do you blame Wenger for that at all? Because obviously, I tell you what, actually, I want to say one thing. Credit to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, because
it's brave. I think
it's brave. A lot of players, I'm not going to name other names, but have just stayed there and kind of and not gone stale, but maybe not fulfilled their potential.
Yeah,
he's gone, and I also I've got nothing against Chelsea. Before the Chelsea fans go mental, he's turned down Chelsea because obviously they realised they were going to play him at wing back, and he doesn't want to. He's saying, actually, I want to fulfil my potential. That's what he said in his social media post earlier. He's gone to Liverpool because obviously Jurgen Klopp said, I will play you in that midfield role that you want to play, and I won't shunt you out to wing back, wing on the midfield or whatever. And I kind of think, apparently rumour has it he's turned down less money at Chelsea, and I think that'll be one of those stories that will kind of get lost in the day, and it'll be like he's left Arsenal, but actually not many players would do that. So I think
I really do agree, because there was apparently, firstly with the money front, apparently Arsenal did offer, I think it was 180,000, and he rejected that to take less money and all that. But also I do agree that basically there is sorry to go back to Arsenal, but like there are quite a few people there. There's basically like a mentality there where you're very safe and secure. That until last season, there was always Champions League football. You'd always get decent money, and there was just nothing ever. It was just very flatline. Like nothing ever went too high or too low. It was just like you're there, you make your wage, you have a few good games and stuff, and it's very easy to kind of coast. But so I do agree on both of them fronts. But we do have a comment, and it says, West Brom have made incredible signings this window. Where will they finish? So let's bench Liverpool for now.
West Brom. I like that. A niche. Not one of your big clubs.
Not many people care about West Brom.
I like hearing from different clubs. I mean, it's just nice not to be talking, no offence. It's nice not to be talking about Arsenal, Spurs, Man United.
It is boring, isn't it?
West Brom, where will they finish? I think the signings have been good. I wouldn't go as far as incredible. I think the signing of Kieran Gibbs is really good. Defensively, we know what Tony Pulis' side is like.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been really impressed with Higazi in the opening weeks. He made the mistake at the weekend, but I've been really impressed with him.
the main one today that we saw was them they signed Krikoviak, who was the PSG.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say his name. Pronunciation.
I'm really sorry if that was a terrible pronunciation.
We'll call him
apologise.
Greg. Tony Pulis is 100% going to call him Greg, isn't
he?
Yeah. So we'll call him Greg for purposes of this.
Ronnie, get up there. But yeah, so that he signs from PSG, I think it is. And yeah, a really solid player.
They're excited about that one. They're excited. It's not a typical, no offence, West Brom signing, which is quite nice to see them kind of not just going for your typical English kind of stuff. I like the sign of Jay Rodriguez actually as well. Although he's not actually playing up top, he's still going with Rondon. He's been playing, I think, on the left. I like that. He got his first goal at the weekend. I quite like Rodriguez as a player. I think he's had a bit of a rough deal.
It's with all those injuries. It's so tough, he
scored at the weekend, and I was kind of on a personal level.
I think they'll finish. They'll stay up because it's Pulis.
They'll be good defensively. They won't concede many.
Exactly.
We know that.
I think they'll probably. It's been a decent transfer window. I reckon they'll finish like 13, 14.
I think
that's standard.
Top half for clubs. Well, that would be a very good season, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of the leagues now split into like mini leagues, hasn't it? And I think if you're a West Brom fan, surely you West Brom fans, you can tell us. Would you be happy with top half? I think that would kind of be a very good season.
I think that is a good point. Leave your comments below. If you are a West Ham fan, if you are a West Brom fan, West Ham as well. Yeah, we're not biased. West Brom. Do you think you've had a good run? We think it's been decent. You should have a good run. We also have more comments. Oh, this one. Thoughts on the rumour of Mahrez to Chelsea? Well, I didn't hear about that. Has that just come through? It must have just come through. Mad. What do you reckon about that?
Do you know what I think is bold? He must know that someone's going to sign him because it's got a bit of... Reminds me a bit of Peter Odemwingie. Because he kind of went all out, didn't he, to get his move. Didn't get his move, and we're still talking about that, 3 or 4, however many years on.
That's how to stay relevant.
Yeah.
It's like when you come out of the Big Brother house, how are you going to stay relevant for the next 2-3 years? Just turn up at a club in a car.
So true.
Yeah.
But he must, to have left the national training camp, he must know there is a move on. Rumour has it he went over to Barcelona.
Yeah. And then people shut that down really quickly as well.
Arsenal. Should Arsenal not be going for him?
Personally, it's sort of I don't want to say beyond caring. I have to keep caring. Yes, at the moment I'll take him just because things seem so dire, and at the moment Arsenal fans will just take anything. So yes, Mahrez will be fine, and it's a bonus that he's also a good player. I think the idea of him going to Chelsea is interesting. I think he'd fit in. Yeah, I think he'd fit in quite well there. To be honest, though, I'd like to see Chelsea make a signing full stop. I'm a little bit worried about. Quiet. They're now fighting on 4 fronts, and their squad. I think it was really evident after when they played Arsenal at the beginning of the season at Wembley, and the squad size. I know it's not all about squad size. Arsenal's probably a bit big, but 15-16 compared to 20.
Yeah, so I'd like to see Chelsea sign someone. I think Mahrez would be a good signing. I think Chelsea are also hoping to get Drinkwater. And on that...
basically the Leicester team, they've signed Kante. They want Drinkwater.
They're trying to recreate it. I don't think that's the way forward, whether that's Conte's plan. The one thing I'd also say about the Chelsea and Drinkwater, I don't get that, because they're going to play, it sounds like about 40 million for him. They let Chalobah go for 5 million. If they need midfield reinforcements, because surely that's what they're going to be signing Drinkwater for, why did they let Chalobah go for 5 million?
Yeah, and Loftus-Cheek as well, I thought was a weird one, because he's talented player, young as well.
Very bizarre, I don't understand all that.
Going back to Liverpool, just in general, talking about a man who's sort of not made too many headlines this deadline day, is Coutinho.
Yes.
So all the way leading up to this, everyone's like, continue to Barca, and now it's Arsenal and Oxlade and all this stuff. But Coutinho to Barca, do you think it will happen?
I don't.
No.
But no, I don't, because I think it would have happened by now.
He's been quiet.
Watch me be proved wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In 5 minutes, you're going to go up and be like, oh, he's actually.
In fact, it's probably happening now. I'm hoping someone will tell us if it does. But one thing I said, this actually leads on really nicely to this comment that we've had through. Why do Liverpool keep signing forwards when they need defenders? Did anyone see? True. You will definitely have seen. I'm sorry to bring it up. Liverpool on Sunday. They were awesome. In attack, they are incredible.
Yeah. Frighteningly.
Don't get me wrong. Coutinho is a fantastic player, one of their best players, if not the best player. But why? If you're them, after Sunday particularly, is they're not part of their owners that things, actually, let's cash in, get this, whatever the fee was, and maybe try and go all out to get a defender. I mean, I think they ruined it a little bit with Virgil van Dijk, didn't they?
I think that's ship has sailed.
I don't really understand the Coutinho one, because again, it's the same as Sanchez. Is he just going to sit on the bench?
Yeah, I agree. I think now they've proven in the first 3 games of the season that they're good enough going forward. As long it is difficult, especially when they're battling Champions League as well. So maybe squad depth will come into it. But they've proven going forward at their best. They are really, really good going forward. And maybe they don't need to sell Coutinho. But I agree, their defence is definitely... It's not as solid as it should be to mount a title challenge and do well enough in the Champions League. But maybe one of the two is good enough this year.
Well, they certainly look like they got the balance right on Sunday.
Exactly. Yeah, and you never know. Wait, last one. David Radford with the signing. David Radford, thank you very much for the comment. With the signing of Oxlade and Salah plus others, do you think that Liverpool can challenge for the title? I just said they can.
I agree.
You agree?
I think we're all on a bit of a Liverpool hype at the moment because of Sunday. I think, well, maybe not you, but everyone's talking about how good they. Everyone's talking about how good they were. I thought they were fantastic.
Yeah.
I do think there maybe is defensive issues, but they look better. And we're 3 games in, so yeah. I mean, David Radford. I'm not sure if you're a Liverpool fan, but I think the signs are good.
Yeah, early signs, positive, and that is it for Liverpool and for Kelly as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. Enjoy the rest of your show.
We'll see you in a bit, 5 seconds or so. Hello, welcome back. So we've just talked about Arsenal and Liverpool. Now it's time to move on to maybe a bit of a broad action. Barcelona, PSG, and who else better to talk about that with than my friend John? Come in, John. Come in.
Hello, Sid.
Hello, lad.
How's it going, big man?
You good?
Good to see you. Yeah, very well.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Get
very well.
settled.
This is
water,
nice.
a bit of fruit.
I might have a banana in a bit.
Okay, cool. Right. So first things first. We've spoken so far about Arsenal and Liverpool.
Wow.
It's been full on.
Yeah,
I'll be honest.
yeah.
From the rumours you've heard so far, what are you thinking?
From the outside world.
Yeah, from the outside, as a Crystal Palace fan, if you didn't know.
With regards to Arsenal and Liverpool, or?
Yeah, about the shenanigans that's been going on between those two so
Shenanigans.
far.
It's a bit of a weird one, to be honest with you, because
Yeah.
while I think that I'd probably back the Oxlade move, you know, he gets to play in the centre of the park,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Mm.
It's a weird one. I think he's actually going to work quite well in their system. You know, it's high press, it's high energy.
Yeah,
and
for
I
sure.
think they're going to take advantage of the fact that he's an athlete. And I think largely that's actually what Wenger was probably trying to do, playing him at right wing back, because he just had that pace and he could make that work. Obviously, he's a good physical specimen. But I mean, I think it's probably a good move for him. I think it could work out quite well there. I think Wijnaldum's done a good job there in that sort of kind of just breaking things up and playing it off and hurrying position. So I think it could
I agree. I think especially with Oxlade, his game is like based on power, and I think it's very much in line with Klopp. You can see him flourishing under Klopp. Like I agree. You saw his like social media post earlier on in the day saying like, I think I can keep progressing for all that potential and all that. And you do. I would agree that it's maybe slightly limited. I mean, he's playing behind like Bellerin and then playing left wing back. It's like you're not going to flourish as the player he wants to be there. So
Sunday was very interesting.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Some would say depressing, but interesting is a word that we could use as well.
Yeah, I did feel for you there.
But moving on from Liverpool and Arsenal, let's have a little chat about Palace. You're a Palace fan. Deadline day, as you know, guys, has been absolutely mental. So don't forget to keep leaving your comments below. What rumours have you heard? What transfer rumours? What transfers? A club that hasn't been making many transfers, or even included in rumours, is Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
The latest rumour is Umar Niasse.
Oh yeah, Niasse.
Which has you know, we're all on the edge of our seats.
Sacco as well.
I can't actually see Sacco happening now. I think they've divvied around for too long.
Yeah.
I think he was available for 30 million near about the beginning of the month.
30 million.
But you know what? I was just explaining this to a few friends of mine. Like,
if you got it,
he works with the system we've got. If we're going to play 4 at the back, he's been at the club. We know him. The players know him. The fans know him. We really need a lift. He's only 27, and I just think like it's proven. That I think 30 million is actually probably a good buy for someone like Sacco. We know that he'd come in and he'd do a job for us. And so I think it's a shame that we've wasted all this time. Yeah. And we've lost 3 games. Yeah. We haven't scored any goals.
It seems like you're screaming out for a centre back.
And a goalkeeper.
And a goalkeeper.
And a striker. Probably a forward of some sort.
So maybe the spine is lacking a little bit. But apart from that, I think De Boer's done a stellar job. What do you think about De Boer?
I'm at a very strange place with all of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm finding it very hard going. I was at the Huddersfield game and I was at the...
good.
I was at the
scenes from Huddersfield.
The Swansea game as well.
It's been tough. It's been tough for me as well. It's been a horrid few weeks.
I'm at a level where I'm not really sure what to say about Palace right now.
Yeah.
Whom on the ass is what we could potentially come out of the transfer deadline day with, which would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, couple fan. If any of you are Palace fans, John feels your pain. Let us know. Comments below. What you're thinking. We have actually got a comment in from Twitter today, which was Juventus made a €40 million inquiry for Hector Bellerin this afternoon, dismissed out of hand by Arsenal. Bit of a punt from Juve. Why did they leave it so late? Interesting one.
I think that's a joke.
Do you reckon? Do you reckon?
Something out of a crack at that.
The thing is, evidently this is not going to happen. But I think if we decided to keep Oxlade, I think then that might make more sense. If if we keep Oxlade, then we might be able to actually ship Bellerin.
I think
but
Juve just feel sorry for him. They saw him on the left at the weekend, and they said,
"Yeah, us in Italy, we prefer we take care of hair more. You know what I mean? You got your locks on the right wing. Arsenal just doing rubbish
they want
bits."
a rescue mission for Hector.
But apart from that, PSG and Barcelona, it's not been the most manic deadline day because Coutinho's gone a bit quiet. But earlier on in the transfer window, we have to talk about Neymar to PSG.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about Barcelona selling Neymar? Does that have any indication about how they are as a club now, like their world status? Is it sort of dropping their stock at the moment?
Yeah, I mean it's been spoken about a lot as kind of a power shift, and especially while Real are so strong right now as well. That's a real big statement. It's just a lot of money, and for him, I think the incentive was to go because he was in the shadow of Messi there, and I do understand, and obviously he's going to earn a lot more there than he would have done at Barcelona as well.
Do you think it was a good move? Because I think it's for him, for Barcelona, it was awful. I think because as much as Neymar wants to, get away from the Messi's shadow, you are losing a top 3, top 4 world class player. He is one of the best players in the world,
isn't he?
Exactly. So, but I think it's for Neymar and of course for PSG. I think it is a really good move because Neymar personally, he can develop more. I think he's now the main man of the team, which is what he's always wanted. He's learned from Messi now for a few years. He can use that. He could smash it in Liga. Liga is not the most difficult league to impress him.
I feel for their opponents, to be honest.
Yeah,
especially if they take Mbappe as well, which looks like it could get over the line.
That's what I'm saying. So the rumours are Mbappe to PSG
on a loan deal. Yeah,
on a loan with an option to buy after a year, which I think they probably will if he does all right.
I mean, what's happened to Pastore? What's happened to Lucas Moura? What happens to Di Maria in that situation?
That's the thing.
I don't know.
Pastore is a weird one because when he first joined, people hated him. He had an awful first season and people wanted him out. And then he's slowly kind of got back, won them over, played really well. And when I went to the Neymar unveiling at Parc des Princes, and that was Pastore, one of the best players. Everyone loves him, but it is weird how I think Lucas is gone. Lucas, he's not going to play because if they get Mbappe, Neymar on the left, Di Maria on the right, and number 10. Who's the number 10? It would be Pastore, I guess.
Someone has to give up Draxler as well. Goodness, I forgot about him.
It's frightening.
There's clubs that are set to benefit quite well from it, though. I mean, Matuidi to Juve for 18 million, I think is good business for them.
Very good.
Krakowiak to obviously it's not in direct competition, but I realise they need to release people from the wage bills. Him going to West Brom is nuts business. It's all a bit loose.
That's that's back because West Brom is the sort of team that I guess Palace would be looking at competing within the league. Maybe not anymore, but it's worrying because West Brom have had a pretty good. We were talking about them a bit earlier. They've had a pretty solid transfer window.
I think some of the most solid windows that Palace as a club have had since the administration in 2010. So since we had the new owners, two of the most solid windows we've had under Pulis and arguably potentially under Allardyce just secured things in January. Brought Sacco in, obviously. But that's a very interesting deal for them. I think that's.
And we have a comment from Ben. Great name. So good. Said it twice. Spurs hijack Chelsea move for Llorente. Thoughts? Oh yeah, so that is one that came in fairly recently, maybe an hour or two ago. There were rumours of it, but Llorente he's had a medical now at Spurs.
Okay.
Chelsea were really interested in him. Do you think that's a good move for Spurs? Do they need him?
I really think it is, yeah, because it just means that they're not completely reliant on Kane as they were before.
Yeah.
And if you look at the situation where they had the lad who I can't even remember his name is the forward, they got the Dutch guy.
Jansen
couldn't score.
So
I just think this does kind of make sense. He absolutely devastated Palace last season on a couple of occasions, and I think that's probably just more of a case of they wanted him a little bit more, and they probably promised him more minutes than Chelsea could do.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
I think it's good business, really. I know apparently there's quite a big fee, but like 12 million or something.
But then it, like I think it's a weird one with Chelsea. I think we're going to talk a bit about Chelsea later on as well. But with Chelsea, it's odd because it seems like this transfer window, there's been a lot of them being interested in a player and not getting him for one reason or another. So like Llorente, they're interested. Looks like Spurs have hijacked that. It happened with Lukaku, where Chelsea are obviously interested. They really want him. Man United come in, just steal him, and he seems happy there. And it just seems that they're not. I don't know. And they need him as well. I think
they
Morata's
probably
good,
had the best worst window ever. Really,
the best
people
worst.
talk about how bad it's been, but I think they still look solid. They still look pretty solid. I think
shaky start to the season.
They'd ideally want drink water, wouldn't they, just to plug that hole that are left with Matic. Yeah, I think they could be okay still.
Yeah, they still look fine. Right. Two wins from 3 is okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's about it for Crystal Palace for one. We'll probably revisit Crystal Palace as the rumours keep coming in.
Oh, they're going to keep coming.
Oh yeah,
keep coming.
Oh yeah. And Barcelona and PSG. It's an interesting state of affairs at the moment. Barcelona looking like they're slipping at the moment, and PSG looking like the new super club, I guess. But that is it for now. Thank you very much, John.
Yeah, cheers, Michael.
I'll see you in a bit.
Cheers, Timsy. Thanks.
Welcome back, Copper Fam. We're here, transfer deadline day, live. We're here for an hour. We've already been going for a while. We've got a while left as well, so don't forget, keep leaving your comments. We want to speak to you, want to know what you're thinking. You can ask us questions, see what we're thinking as well. All the rumours, all the transfers keep flying in. And no better time to introduce our next guest. It is Scotty from the Manor. If you didn't know.
What's up, man?
How you doing, mate? You good?
Sweet.
Right, we've just had, I've got to explain now, we've just had a Crystal Palace fan, we've got another Crystal Palace fan, but we don't know how contrasting the views are going to be, if you're going to be happy. John there, he was sort of undecided on De Boer, he thinks you've had an awful window. Do you agree?
Well, there's still sort of a few hours left.
You never know.
So I'm ever the optimist.
Who are you hoping
as a
for?
Palace fan? We need a keeper desperately. We can't have another season of Wayne Hennessy.
Yeah.
We can't. We just can't.
Like, Hennessy in the Wolves days. You know what I mean?
Mate, he wasn't even getting in the Wolves side when we bought him.
We'll have you. It's all right.
We've got a guy that wasn't getting in match day squads in League One.
Yeah.
And now he started 2 seasons in the Prem, like 3. It's just not good enough. And now you got Tim Krul about to go Brighton. I don't know how Steve Parish is going to let that happen.
Yeah.
And we're watching Wayne Hennessy all season. Like everybody's the romance about Speroni. Speroni's a hero, but we need
he's a legend.
We need a proper goalkeeper at this level, man. We had Mandanda. I don't know what happened there. I was excited about that. Like he was 83 on FIFA as well. No way. Palace got a keeper that's 83 on FIFA, and then
he's gold.
Barely played a game. And I see a video of him on Twitter the other day doing Cruyff. Did you see Cruyff turn someone and nutmeg them in a box? Like
that was nuts as well.
We need a footballing goalkeeper. It's a mad thing nowadays that people are talking about footballing goalkeepers.
But then is that because of De Boer though, more than anything else?
Yeah, it
because
is.
The way he's starting to play. So.
But this is the thing. There's like people are getting on De Boer's back, and I think that's wrong because obviously when Parish hired him, there would have been conversations, and he'd have said this is how he wants to play. And I don't understand how you're going to try and go from Sam Allardyce and knocking 70-yard crossfield balls from Delaney to Benteke all game, which worked for us last year, and you want to go from that to De Boer and Dutch total football, and you've spent £7 million and got 2 kids on loan. Like,
it's a bit of a culture shock, I think, from like suddenly going like trying to play the football that way and not really spending the money or organising like well enough to basically do it properly, do it justice.
Well, if you buy a squad to suit your manager, or you get a manager that's going to suit the current squad.
Yeah.
And I feel like Paris has got this fantastic idea about playing great football, but then you've got Martin Kelly trying to pass the ball out from the back under pressure, and then you've got Wayne Hennessy receiving the ball with people bearing down on him in the 6-yard box, and it's just not going to work.
It's just not going to work.
It's one way or the other. If you're not going to back the manager, if you don't want to spend money, that's fine. Should have got Sean Dyche.
Yeah, exactly.
Sean Dyche was pitching hard for the job in the summer. I know for a fact. So don't quite know what's happened there.
Well, it is deadline day. The transfer rumours are rolling in, and we've just had 2, I think, confirmations. So one, you're going to be bloody happy about. Saka's undergoing a medical. Look, he's so happy.
Oh my god!
You're buzzing, right?
I knew I was coming on here all day, and I've been all day tweeting CPFC, nothing.
Rubbish, yeah.
Oh my god! I said, do you know what I said? There was something about the Mangala deal, because I know he's on silly wages at City. I know Paris don't like paying money, and I've been saying all day, I hope, more out of, again, me being an optimist, I said I hope that's to force Liverpool's hand on the fee.
Yeah.
I hope that's to force the Sacco deal. I tell you what, if we get Sacco,
I'll
sleep a little bit easier tonight. We still need a keeper and a striker.
It's still a long old season, but you'll go to bed.
That's for a smile. I'm not gonna lie. That's for a smile on my face. What fantastic news to come through after me being on there for a couple of minutes.
Love that. But yeah, Copper fam, let us know what do you think about the Sacco deal. Apparently he's having a medical. So, any Palace fans, are you buzzing? Scotty is buzzing. Another one that has just come in as well is apparently Mbappe has just been announced to PSG.
That's ridiculous.
But that was coming for a while. So for so long, throughout the whole summer, it seemed like it was Mbappe to either Man United or Arsenal or Real Madrid even, and then over the last 2-3 weeks, it's been he's going PSG. And now he's gone PSG.
It's crazy. They just shut down the French league.
Yeah. It's not fair, is it?
No, it's like they've had that. Monaco had their one season.
Yeah.
And now they've lost everyone.
Yeah.
Like who's gone? Bakayoko's gone.
Yeah. Bakayoko. You've had who is it? Is it Mendy, the centre back?
Yeah, Mendy's gone, and then now Mbappe. Like it's just ridiculous.
Bernardo Silva to City.
Bernardo Silva went start of the window.
Lamar. He looks like he's either going to.
Is he going to go? I heard he turned Arsenal down.
We've spent a far too big portion of this programme talking about him rejecting Arsenal. Arsenal being.
Has he actually rejected Arsenal?
Well, apparently he wanted to go to Liverpool instead of Arsenal, and then Arsenal.
That's crazy.
I know, but going back to Mbappe, Copper fan, what do you think? I think it's. I mean, obviously, it's a good deal for PSG. It's a loan deal, and then I think they can sign him permanently next year. I think.
If he's worth the money.
Well. So the thing is, there's been so many fees going around. Was it 180,
180 or something stupid like that? Like.
The thing is it's a lot, but firstly to PSG, it's not that much, and also I think they're owned by. What is basically the Qatari government? Like they are funded by the Qatari government, so they have enough money that it doesn't matter. And at the moment as well, the state football's in. Money's not an object anymore. It's just like if you want a player, if you think he's going to fit into your system well, he's going to make you improve, and he's going to win you stuff. Then maybe money doesn't matter. One
season though, he's had one.
Yeah, one good season.
Literally one season. Like even Dembele had a couple one season.
I know, but
I think that's risky.
It is risky. But then I think it's probably risky for someone who cares about money.
Well, yeah.
And for someone who doesn't have that much dispensable life.
If financial fair play actually existed and
it wasn't a
figment of the imagination, then maybe it would be risky.
Exactly. But I think in terms of the quality, he's a quality player. I just think it's not fair, like you were saying, it's not fair for the Liga, like the fact that they're going to have Mbappe, Di Maria, Cavani, Pastore, Neymar, Draxler, all available.
One of Di Maria or Draxler's got to go now, surely.
I think maybe Draxler or Di Maria. There was a bit of a chat about Di Maria going, maybe a bit of chat about Draxler going as well. So you never know. You would think that surely they've got to let someone go. Yeah, you can't have that many.
Talking about 90 million for Lamar when Draxler's available for sub 30. Like
it's mad, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah, it's mad. But we've also got another comment here which says, "How far can PSG get in the Champions League?" Well, with that recent Mbappe signing, I think genuinely I can't see many people stopping Real Madrid. Real Madrid still look like quite easily the best team in Europe.
Points the other day though.
They did drop points.
Drop points, is it?
Asensio scored a double there, right?
Again, yeah.
But like,
He's a player.
So yeah, I mean, we know they're not perfect. Like they lost quite a few games last year as well. But I just PSG, they can win it, and I think they're becoming that level of club now, that Barcelona level. As long as they keep with that much money, if they keep buying people and they keep like just improving year on year, I think.
Zizou as well, having Zidane there, like
it's a cool
he's just got that aura about him. You can tell he's building.
Yeah,
they've kind of gone through that phase of having your Mourinho and Ancelotti and have a couple of people for a couple of seasons, but you just feel like Zidane's going to be there for a while. He's going to build a legacy there.
For sure.
Do you know what I mean?
And moving on from PSG and Barca, because there's not too much apart from Mbappe to PSG. There haven't been too many rumours going on, and also not too many rumours or transfers happening in Manchester at the moment. We can have a brief little chat about Manchester. Basically, it seems like Man U and Man City, they've done their deals early. They know what they wanted. They went out and got them, and they look pretty solid. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think. Do you know what? It's easy to get caught up at the start of the season. I got like Johnny Dutch in my band every year after 3 games. Last year was whoever's title, City's title to lose. This year is United's
they
title
look good
to
after
lose.
the first 2 games.
Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, United do look good, but I don't think they've got a world-class defence. Don't think they've got a single world-class player in their back 4. Bailly looks good, but he's an athlete, but he's got a mistake in him. Do you know what I mean? City again, I don't know, man. Like they look well beaters sometimes, but sometimes they look all over the place.
Yeah.
I wonder whether I think Pep's still got a bit of learning to do in the Premier League.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? He's got to understand. I compare Pep to the ball, but sometimes you can't be too rigid in this league. You got to be able to go and try and use your height. Sometimes knock balls in, bully players. You got to be adaptable in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And also talking about that. Last question. So Gerardinho FCB has commented in. He said,
Man United and Man City both quiet on deadline day, but also battling at the top of the league. Is that a coincidence? Basically, is it? Do you reckon it is a coincidence that if people do their business early, they're more settled and they start the season better? Do you reckon that is, like you were saying, with Pep needs time to adapt, but maybe doing business early is good for him.
It's a good statement of intent to do your business early. Yeah. Because then you get a pre-season with a team. You get time to implement your strategies. But then again, and at the same time, you know, it's nice to have everything settled and you've got a settled group and there's not too much activity, and especially because the season is already started by the time the window shuts, which is obviously quite controversial in a minute, which you know can unsettle people. But I take it, without going back to Palace again, it's like we always do our business at the end. Always. And it's like, I think that's just the kind of person Paris is. Like, even when he bought the club, he left it till the very last second when we almost got liquidated by Lloyds Bank so he could get the last few million off the deal. He loves a bargain basement deal. So and obviously, like, I'm a businessman myself and I understand you want to get the best price, but sometimes you just got to go in, pay the money for the players you want, get the job done, and then you can start building. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. What do you think, Copper fam? Let us know. Leave your comments below. If you're a Palace fan, are you happy with the window? What do you think about De Boer? And also PSG, Barca. Is it absolutely nuts that Mbappe has gone to PSG? It's just going to be a walkover now. But let us know. Leave your comments below. And that is it for Scotty. Thank you very much, bro.
Nice talking to you, brother.
Thank you. You too. Welcome back. It was 5 seconds. I am now back, and it is still deadline day. There's only a few hours left till the end of transfer deadline day. It is nuts. All the rumours, all the transfer, all the done deals are coming through. We've just had Mbappe to PSG, and it's just going mad. So, what time to bring in our next guest? It is Chins. Come in, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, man.
You good?
I'm good.
Interesting choice of shirt you got on.
It's always an interesting
Ajax.
shirt. Yes.
And I say interesting because he's got an Ajax shirt, but you are an Arsenal fan, right?
Of course, of course.
So before getting into Arsenal, what do you just think? Well, no, let's not. Before getting into Arsenal, let's get into Arsenal very quickly because I want to know. Because I want to get a gauge on basically all Arsenal fans. Have we had a good window? I don't think we have. What do you reckon?
It's been terrible, as always.
Terrible.
We always decide to make it clear that we have an intent to challenge for competitions, but we never actually do it by bringing in the right individuals to the team.
Yeah.
As you can obviously see, we brought like it's a big money deal. We needed that kind of striker for a long time. Always needed a centre half, but we've gone and sold one, potentially selling another. It's like it's an up and down.
Yeah, it's very mishmash. It's just we don't know what we're doing. And one of the deals that happened was Oxlade to Liverpool.
I'm happy.
Happy?
I'm actually happy. I'm not a fan of Chamberlain.
Okay,
I'm not a fan of Chamberlain. I think he's overhyped. I don't think he's that good of a player. And it will.
We got 30. Was it 35 mil for him?
Financially, it was better.
Yeah,
again,
financially.
A lot of people thought, obviously, last year in his contract, we're not going to get much from him.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
You got to get as much as you can from him.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I agree. Right. So, moving on from Arsenal because it's such a happy topic. Apparently, right, this is it. Virgil van Dijk is staying at Southampton. Philippe Coutinho will remain at Liverpool. I think we sort of knew that was happening now, and barring something really dramatic happening between now and 11 o'clock PM UK time, which is the deadline day when it shuts, Alexis Sanchez will not be leaving Arsenal. So those 3 players who've been hotly tipped to leave, especially on transfer deadline day, they're not leaving.
It's such a long saga. This is like Tevez all over again. It's just madness. Like everyone making it clear they want to go, but the team's just not letting them go. Just let them go.
Yeah, I think because I guess transfers aren't that easy. We're not in that world specifically, but transfers evidently aren't that easy to push through. Like there's agents involved, the 2 clubs involved, and they'll dispute over fees, over contract negotiations, and everything like that. So it's obviously not that easy. But I think it is surprising. Firstly, I'm surprised that Coutinho hasn't moved because that was on the cards for so long.
Barcelona bidded over 100 million and he said no.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
Yeah, I personally think I would snap their arm off for that because I know Liverpool fans, you're going to hate me. Vuj, you're also going to hate me, but I think Coutinho is overrated. I think he's a great player. There we go.
I appreciate it, thank you.
He's a great player, but he's not fit enough to replace Neymar, I think, personally. He's a good player. He does well in the Premier League, but he's inconsistent. I don't think he's worth over 100 mil.
Simple as that.
So yeah, that's what I agree. And yeah, to be fair, these rumours coming through that Virgil van Dijk's staying as well. I think Van Dijk's dug himself a little bit of a hole.
Definitely.
I would have been happy for him at Arsenal. I
would have taken him again. That Premier League experience. He's a good player.
Yeah.
It's just the price. It's the price and the desire of wanting to leave. You don't want to necessarily go for so much of that kind of player because he might do it to you.
Yeah, true. You want to do it in the right way. I agree, Chins. And so moving on from Liverpool and Arsenal, we talked about. We are going to move on to Chelsea and Spurs, 2 London clubs that haven't been doing too much business. Maybe today is going to be different. Spurs.
To be fair, one of them got their job done in terms of business. They really just wanted to get it out of the way first.
Yeah.
Some, especially the Chelsea supporters, because it is about Chelsea, they kind of felt they could have improved more in terms of signings. But personally, I think it was all right. They should have really kind of gone for maybe another striker, only because I don't know how much they're going to really use Michi.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think Batshuayi is, even though he's been around for a while, he's still relatively unproven.
Exactly.
Especially as like a backup striker, a proven backup striker should be someone like Olivier Giroud for a team battling for the title. Like Giroud is a great striker, but I don't think he's good enough to start in a championship like title challenging.
Of course.
And Batshuayi not so much. Morata's a good player as well, but I just think it's not. And Spurs, they've been pretty quiet, but today they did sign Sergio Aurier for £23 million.
And yeah, I dreaded the day that boy would actually come to the Premier League and go to the enemy.
Really?
I really didn't.
You rate him?
I love the guy, man. He's a talented player. He's one of the fullbacks that you want in your team.
He's volatile though. That's the one thing I'll say. It's like
I don't mind because every 90 minutes he gives you what you want.
But you were saying earlier that you want players who are kind of loyal, they show loyalty. Like Aurier hasn't shown that. That's the thing.
I guess in that sense, yes, but you're not going to find many loyal players in this day and age anyway, especially players under the age of 25.
I guess it's a bonus rather than a requirement.
100%.
And also he is, I think, a very good fullback as well, which is what Spurs have needed because one big transfer went a while ago now, but it was Kyle Walker.
He's a good replacement for him. Definitely a life-for-life player. He gives a bit more physicality in Walker, and strangely enough, not many people know, but he has the capability of playing centre half as well. If obviously he still wants to go back in that role for a little bit, but he can still play in that role. So it's definitely a good signing for the team, especially for less than 30 million.
Yeah, and with Llorente, so apparently we said this a bit earlier, 10 minutes ago, that Llorente is on his way to Spurs. So he's had his medical, and they hijacked the move from Chelsea. What do you think about that?
My thoughts are I'm just really intrigued to know that these two teams that are challenging for the title are going for a player like Llorente as that backup option. Yeah. But again, when you look at it on paper, he's actually quite experience.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Economically, it makes sense. Like economically, financially, it makes sense because you're going to get a very good striker, a proven striker, as a backup. Like by no means you're going to be playing him for 38 games in the season, but you're going to play him when he needs to play, and you know you'll get a decent performance out of him, and you're not going to spend too much money.
Won't have to.
Yeah, but one point I want to ask is, who do you think has had the best transfer window amongst the Prem teams? We'll go. Who's had the best transfer window, and after that we'll say who's had the best deadline day.
I would have said in terms of transfers, I have to honestly give it to United, only on the sole basis of they've actually gone out of their way to sign the right positions. If they had actually gotten a fullback, it would have cemented it all. So I would definitely go for United. Best transfer deadline transfer. I can't give it to anyone. I don't feel like I can. No, I lied. I think West Brom signing Kukovic is a good move. I think that's a good move. That is a very, very, very good move on the sense of this is a born winner, solid defensive midfielder. He's already got great experience, and if you actually look at their midfield options, all the other players that they have around them can now really go out of their way to really challenge that position. Because someone like Kukovic, he's a born player. You actually now have competition.
Exactly.
No excuse. So I think that's definitely one of the best signings of the.
I think when that came in, that is an unbelievable bit of business. Like they've had, especially they signed Gibbs. Was it yesterday or the day before?
I was happy about
Gibbs. Yeah, of course. Like for Arsenal, he hasn't featured like regularly for maybe 2 seasons now, but he's a great sign. Like we know if he plays, he's a good defender, and for someone like West Brom, I think it's a great signing for them. Plus Krakowiak shores them up as well. It's an unbelievable bit of business, I think. So I'd probably agree with you. I'd say West Brom, and
can you lean into Chicharito as well? A lot of people did say when he signed to West Ham.
This is the thing. We haven't talked about West Ham that much this episode. But first of all, Copper fam, let us know your comments below. What do you think? Who has had the best transfer window and who has had the best deadline day? Chins thinks West Brom. I would agree. I say West Brom. They've also had the best deadline day. But going on to West Ham, I would say their whole transfer window, even though they did their business fairly early, I think it's overrated business. Everyone was hating it. It's like they've done so well, they're getting great players in, and they're going to finish, well, they should, with the players that they've got at their disposal, finish well. Like, Chicharito is a good player, but everyone was hailing him as like, oh my god, they've got this 20-30 goal a season guy who's going to smash them up the top of, like, up the table. It's like, nah. I think when he was playing at Man United, he was very good. He wasn't the main striker, that's the thing. Like, he was playing off Rooney, even though he was playing ahead of Rooney. He was second to Rooney, and his movement is so clever and so good that yes, he could get loads of goals, but he's not going to get the same supply as he did there. Like West Ham last year, basically since Payet, they've struggled. They've struggled to create. They've struggled to basically make chances. They're not going to suddenly start making chances again. Like Chicharito has to come up with something to score goals. He's not going to be able to score freely. Like he started the season well,
but I agree.
But I think it has been a bit of overrated business. It's been good business, but not as good as everyone thinks.
I think it could have been better again in the sense of teams like Palace, I know this been mentioned earlier, teams like Palace actually did 1 or 2 little businesses that made sense.
Yeah.
But their strategy around the players they brought in hasn't made sense. So they're not benefiting in their actual performances. Same with West Ham. You've now got yourself a Premier League experienced winger to pretty much replace Payet. You've got a goal-proven scorer, striker, to pretty much say, you know what, we still got Carroll, but you're not good enough. So let's go ahead and get someone better than you. So then when you actually fit again, if you will be, you've got a challenge. Again, it's really like you're focusing on maybe the 1-2 players you can challenge, but not actually thinking how are you going to better your performance from the previous season. No one's really improving the defense. No one's really cementing that. That's why I give a lot of credit to United, because that was the first thing they considered.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And going on from, well, say West Ham, it's been okay. West Brom has been very good. And another team who I think has done pretty decent business is Swansea. They let Sigurdsson go, obviously, but
they fought
and they got a very, very, very good price for him, I think. But they've had a very good deadline day. I think we have a comment here from Dingo Victory. Thank you for the comment, Dingo. Or is your name Victory or Mr. Victory? Well, basically, thank you, Dingo. He said, "What's your opinion on Renato Sanchez to Swansea on a season loan?"
If you guys don't know, I like to do Instagram stories.
Yeah.
And the first thing I noticed when I was on Sky Sports last night, coming back from Liverpool, was that Swansea were in for Renato Sanchez on a season-long loan. Now, in my 24 years of life, that does not make sense.
Yeah, of course.
The boy come from Benfica, Portuguese.
Yeah, wonder kid. Everyone knew, yeah.
Goes from there to one of the best teams in the world because he's just won the European Championships. He's proved his ability.
100%. On the world stage.
And a season later, he's not proving his ability because it's very challenging to go to that club. Now he's going to go to play Premier League football in Wales.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
I
that's challenging.
think it's a shame because I think their sporting director came out earlier today. I think it was a sporting director or whoever. He came out and he said that basically he's a very talented player, but there's too much quality in the Bayern squad that he can't get enough games. So going on loan makes the right sense. And playing for Swansea, I think they're a team that plays good football. They're a great club. They might struggle this season, but there's no better team for him to go in and really own that middle of the park if he plays there. I really hope he does well because he's shown a lot of promise, and it's always a shame when talented youngsters don't fulfil their promise, a la Jack Wilshere and all that. Well, all the Arsenal ones, you can just read them off.
He's got a chance now,
there's about 15 of them.
him.
But, Copper fan, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Get commenting, get talking. What do you think about Sanchez? Is he going to be a success at Swansea? And West Brom, have they had a good transfer window? Have they had a good deadline day? But that is it for Chins. Thank you very much, bro.
Thank you very much.
Nice to speak to you. And we are back. It's almost the end of our glorious hour and a bit of deadline day live activity. The rumours have come in, the transfers have come in. It's all mad. Mbappe's gone to PSG on loan, so they're going to clean up the Ligue 1 season, we've concluded. But we're going to talk about the Manchester clubs for a little bit, and there's no better person to talk about it with than Bo.
What's going on?
Here we go. Bo, he's coming in. How you doing, bro? You good?
You good?
You good?
Yeah,
Did you come from Phil Fellas? Or?
No, we actually recorded that yesterday, so that should actually be floating around online.
Yeah, there we go. Little plug. So we haven't talked about Man United or Man City that much because you lot have just done, well, you've not done much because you've sorted it all out really early.
I'll talk about us first because it's really quick. There's going to be no transfer deadline day business.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
you're done.
I think we're done. I think Mourinho went shopping early, which is what you do because you need to stock up for the winter.
Of course.
Or for the whole season, rather.
For the whole season,
exactly. So
them long winter months. As
exactly.
Well.
It's already done. I think we got 3 signings in: Lindelof, Lukaku, and Matic, of course, is going to be the game changer in the middle. So I think we're done for now. We're done. If we're talking about Man City, they look like they're going to be involved in something today.
A little bit of with Sanchez. I don't know. I hope not. Well, I'm not sure. We'll get onto that because that's a touchy subject. And City, I don't know what's going on with them. But we'll talk about Man United first. It seems you seem pretty confident because you've done your business early.
Yeah.
You seem to have plugged the holes that existed last year, and you've signed 3 very, very, very good players. Like Matic has proven he's had a few flat years with Chelsea, but maybe this is the change he needs. He seems to fit into your structure really well as well.
Straight off.
Lukaku, he's big, strong. He's proven he's an unbelievable goal scorer in the Premier League. And Lindelof, even though I think he's been injured, has he?
He hasn't been injured. He's just being weaned in the same way that Mickey did.
Yeah. But what do you think? What do you think about your transfer activity?
In terms of our transfer activity, 2 of the signings have already gone slotted straight into the team.
Yeah, 100%. Easy. It's like they've been playing for years.
I want to touch on Matic. He played over 35 games for Chelsea last season. A lot of people just kind of don't remember him because he's not the one. He doesn't cover himself in glory. He kind of just does the simple stuff. He looks so much more comfortable on the ball now than he did when he was at Chelsea, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like bringing in Lukaku, Man United struggled with goals last season. We
Yeah,
didn't struggle in the
100%. Yeah. You made decent chances, but there was just no, like
the finishing
Ibrahimovic injured. Like you had no one there to.
There was nobody on the end of the chances who we. Do you know what? I can't lie. Ibrahimovic was on the end of some of those chances, and he missed some sitters last season. Like a lot of the squad did. So this season, I think Lukaku's there to just get 30 plus, which I genuinely believe he's going to do. And Lindelof, we'll see. I've seen bits of him, but we'll see how he slowly integrates himself into the team. I think it's going to be the partnership of Eric Bailly and Lindelof next to each other.
You reckon?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, because I mean, you've got to get rid of Phil Jones, man. He's been around for so long, and he's had glimpses where he's fine, but Phil Jones, I can't deal with you, man.
Do you know what?
The faces he pulls, you can't be a good player and pull those faces.
If he was able to stay fit for 5 games in a row, which, let's be honest, is never going to happen.
Yeah.
But if he was, I think he's, and quote me, I say decent.
Okay, yeah.
Just,
decent. Decent. The whole range of decent, he fills. That's just like, he's really decent, and he's like, he's decent. He's okay.
Decent. He's decent.
We're going to have a little segue, because we've got a comment here from Tommy T. He said, Bo, reckon Pogba is a bargain.
Okay.
Now,
when we bought him, of course, the market's been going through some ridiculous inflation.
89
million. At this present time, right now, today...
Yeah, wait.
Go on.
Are you going to say...
Arsenal have bid 92 million for Lamar. Neymar went for 1,000 million, something like that. Pogba seems like a bargain.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
That's it. He's had a lot of stick, but you got to say now.
Do you know what? Right, he didn't have a great first season. Nobody's like first to admit it before I am. But Paul Pogba is a proven quality baller.
Yeah, 100%.
He played at top level with Juventus in Champions League. Yeah. So I don't see why he's not going to come on leaps and bounds. Look, I know we've already only played Swansea, West Ham and Leicester.
But bro, you haven't conceded.
Exactly, and you can only play who's in front of you.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 and 3 now. Yeah. And I don't see why he can't score 10 plus goals a season and get 10 plus assists this season either. I think he's going to do bits, man. So yes, he's definitely a bargain.
Yeah, definitely
in today's climate. Definitely.
I have to agree as well. If you go in, it was a lot of money, but equally he went in with all the expectation in the world. He's got to own that central midfield, which has been lacking in recent years. Yeah. He's owning it. He's the new boy. And people struggle going into the Premier League anyway.
Regardless,
and he's got all of this pressure, but I think this year he's going to show that he's going to rise to the occasion. But Copper fam, what do you think? Is Pogba a bargain? Looking at the sums now, we've got 199 million, as both said, 1,000 million, billion, trillion, all this sorts of money. But let us know in the comments, is he a bargain? Man United, have they done the best business? They certainly look the strongest out of all the Premier League clubs. Whether that's to do with their business or not, I don't know. But maybe a little bit. But let's move on to Man City, your rival club. It must be, must be hard to look at them. I suppose you're confident now, but they look a little bit of a threat. Probably your main threat, right?
They are, to me, they're the main threat. Reason being, they have a world-class manager.
Yeah.
And they have world-class talent.
Thank you for someone admitting it.
What's that? That Pep's a world-class manager?
I've spoken to so many people who said, Pep, he's a fraud, he's a fraudiola, all this stuff.
Is it?
How?
Oh wow!
How?
I thought if you're a football person, you just know that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
So obviously, that's another reason why they're a main threat. They've got world-class talent. That's a third reason they're the main threat for me. But who they're bringing in this year?
Yeah.
I don't know much about Jesus, but from what I've seen of him,
Jesus.
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus, I think he's mad.
He looks sick.
Yeah. It's not
he
even
looks
like
on his game.
He gets in the best positions.
Yeah.
He has so many chances every game. His finishing's not there at the moment.
Is he?
I don't know. I think he's like 19, 20.
He's so young. It's ridiculous.
He is young.
I'm thinking the ones that
eyebrows. So strong. No, not even. Not even.
Right, 1-0.
I'm saying his eyebrows are well strong.
I feel like I know you don't want to touch on it yet. If they manage to pull off this major coup, like
with Sanchez,
if they manage to do that, they have to become favourites.
Yeah.
Even though we're top, they have to become favourites.
Yeah, I agree. Because also you got to think their attack is probably I'd say probably the best in the league. Like the talent they have is a joke. Plus, if they get Sanchez, I just think that's not fair.
It's unfair, isn't it? Yeah.
It's just what the advantage I think United have over City is that you look far more solid elsewhere.
I was going to say
defensively, they still look a bit weird. Ederson's still their goalie's still yet to be figured out whether he's a really great buy or not. But I just think City, if they get Sanchez, I think that might be the tipping point where their weaknesses in the rest of the team
will be overshadowed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just not going to matter because they're going to be. It's like the whole like MSN with Barcelona. It doesn't matter the rest of their team. Like MSN, they're going to bang goals.
They're going to score goals regardless. Yeah,
exactly.
I would say that United are more balanced than they are, and that means all round, not just defensively. I think even in the middle, they may have a bit more flair going forward, but I think at the back we're more solid. I just think their attack, if they get Sanchez, I will say they're favourites. But of course, I'm going to still have to back the boys.
Of course.
Have to still back the boys.
Of course. Copper fan, what do you think? Yeah, do you agree with Bo? Is Man United the favourites for the title? I personally think they are as well. But City, are they a threat if they get Sanchez? Is the title theirs? Let us know in the comments below. Keep talking. Keep sending your questions in, and we will answer them. There is another comment. What are boat sports on deadline day generally? Is it still an exciting day? Okay,
so for the past 3-4 years, no, it hasn't been. And
I
say that
rubbish.
For me, as a United fan and just in general, it's been dead.
Yeah.
I feel like nothing. All of these transfers are the worst kept secrets in the world. I can go to Twitter and find out anything. Pictures. I've seen pictures of nearly every transfer before it happened. It's dead now. I remember, I'm 28, mate. Like when I was watching football when I was 16, we didn't have Twitter and we didn't have
excited.
It was amazing. I'd have to sit down and listen to the radio and what was going to happen
next.
Mate. Sometimes BBC Two teletext. It was crazy. Like I'd find out new transfers the next day because I had a bedtime. I can't lie to you. I've got a Nigerian dad, so he was sending me to bed early. Like even when I was 15, he was sending me to bed early. So next
find out tomorrow if he signs.
Exactly. In the newspaper is when I was finding out about some new signings sometimes. So it's great. It's like for me, it's not really. It hasn't really got that effect, the same effect it used to have 10, 12 years ago. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion on it. Anyway, what do you guys think?
I agree. And also, personally, it hasn't been great for the last few seasons. I agree, but this one, even though it's not as exciting as it used to be back in the old days, this transfer window and this deadline day has been far more exciting than the last 3-4 years.
100%.
Because there's just been money. Money's no object anymore. It's just a throw-in match. So you just got to deal with it. But yeah, that is it. We've heard all about Man United and Man City. All the rumours coming in, the transfers as well. Don't forget, leave your comments below. We love to speak to you. We love to know what you're talking about as well. But with both, that is it. Thank you very much, bro.
Tell them not to forget to tune in to Filthy Fellas.
Don't forget to tune
in to Filthy Fellas.
And we've got our transfer special, deadline day special tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow evening with Poet and Vuj, of course. So don't forget to tune into that. But for our transfer live, that is it. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for commenting. Some of the comments have been really good.
Thank you for having me, bro.
And thank you both for coming in and just boasting about how good Man United are. What can you do when you've had a transfer winner like Arsenal? That's it. So that is it. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.